Hello and good morning, beautiful people. It's your girl, Deanna, your fave stylist, here to have a beauty tidbit / chat with you today. And today I just wanted to give a little bit of encouragement. Why? Because my glasses is breaking. Because business is hard. Business is not easy. Business is not where people are going to speak to you softly every day. It means to be in a point or the face of confrontation at all times. That's exactly what it means to be in business. And I find myself oftentimes running into other entrepreneurs or aspiring entrepreneurs, and when it comes to handling business, there's been many cases where I have had to tell someone, you know what, hey, I don't like the way you're doing this. I'd prefer you to do it this way. And they would take offense, or I have a vendor that says, I don't have this product available. So I share with that vendor that, hey, I want to try to find somebody else that can provide me the same products as you, because I want to do that out of respect for that vendor, because I've been working with them for a while. I've done that and then reached out to different vendors. And then, most vendors of companies, they network amongst each other. And so then the vendor that I would reach out to reached back out to my vendor and was like, hey, one of your girls in Tucson is trying to get at me at buying some products. And then I had my original vendor hit me back up, offended that I reached out to somebody else for the product and services that he could not provide for me. Even after saying, hey, I'm going to start looking elsewhere because, I really need it. I've really developed a demand at my salon. There's confrontation and things whenever you have clients. When you're working within your business, you could have clients that have been working with you for years and something could change. You could change your style of doing hair, or you could learn a new technique and it could turn them off. They could see something better or different in their eyes that a different hairstylist is doing. And they could, sometimes start questioning your judgment. And if you're not a hairstylist that is continuously growing, you can kind of get caught up by not knowing what's going on in the trends. And that could cause you to have, I wouldn't say an altercation, but disagreements with your clients and things like that. It just goes on and 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 on. Business is not easy. There are times when, I guess this video is more of a warning for those entrepreneurs that are out there and they're having some magical expectation that business is going to lack confrontation and that everything that people say to you is going to be sweet and nice and smooth and polite, when that is not what business is. Sometimes in business, there's going to be times where it just needs to be said, and then that's just it. There's going to be times where people have things on their minds, and maybe sometimes the tone of how they say things will not come out polite, but it'll be straightforward. While you go through these things as a business owner, what happens is with every confrontation, altercation, disagreement, shaky feeling, uneasy emotions, you begin to develop a thicker skin. And it's what I like to call your business skin. Because in business, it's almost as if you have to have a poker face. Every time somebody makes you mad or makes you upset, you can't show it on your face. You have to think about the business. Like, does this affect my business? Is this affecting me making my money? Sometimes over the years, I've worked with, I want to say like 20 different girls, but it's probably more like 10 or 15. No, it could be 20. It could definitely be 20. So I've hired and contracted and did some workshops and business deals and stuff with a lot of different people. I won't even say just women. And what I find is there are some people, and I hate to say it like this, but there are some people that put too much of their heart into dealing with people whenever they're dealing with business. And I only say that it's too much of your heart because I found myself at one point in time altering contracts and agreements, verbally or written, to accommodate for people that I would be working with so that I could make them feel comfortable. But the way that I would alter the stuff, it would be so they would feel comfortable. It would not be to benefit my business. And 9 times out of 10, being the leader of whatever it is that you're doing, after you do that so many times for so many people, you come to find that most people are not as loyal as you would imagine them to be. And you go all out of your way and you bend yourself over backwards. You spend money, you offer perks, and you really, really want to promote people and what they're doing, and you're genuinely doing it out of the kindness of your heart. And also because your business will prosper. But some things you don't have to do, and you do those things that you don't have to do. And when you do that, I think as a entrepreneurial leader, you put yourself in a position to get your feelings hurt whenever you don't put business first. Anytime you find yourself catering to 1 or 2 individuals within your business, it is always going to blow up in your face. It may not be today and it may not be tomorrow, but there's going to come a time when the circumstances in their life is going to change. There's going to come a time when they have a baby and they have to quit. And when they come back, maybe the circumstances that you offer at your business are no longer valid for them. There's going to come a time when you have to say something about something, and your employee or independent contractor is going to get mad at you. Your vendor is not going to agree with how you decided to seek out new products. And it's crazy because sometimes these things are just business moves that you have to do. But as a leader, you've got to be able to look over those things. And I think that the easiest way to do that is to just keep it strictly professional at all times and wrap God all up in your business. Okay. One of my mentors once told me, you are a train. You are going from San Francisco to Miami. It does not matter who gets on your train and who gets off your train. They can stay on as long as they like, as long as they are comfortable and you are comfortable. But as soon as one of you guys are uncomfortable on the train, somebody's got to go, and it's not your train. So it's not their train. So it's not going to be you that gets off. And so with that, I've learned my train, so to speak, works properly whenever I have systems in place, and that I don't alter those systems for just specific individuals, and so that I don't settle or lack in business or any of those things. A lot of times we go into business because we want to be our own boss. We want to control our own schedule. We don't want to have to answer to anybody. We want to be in control of the amount of money that we make. But somewhere along the lines, it's easy to have the lines blurred once you start catering your business to the individuals instead of finding individuals that fit within your business. So I said all of that to say business is hard. It is hard. I, in particular, am in the beauty industry. I think the hardest part about business is always being in confrontation and always checking back with your goals and the things that you want to conquer. And then whenever you recognize there's something that does not fit with how you conquer your goals, and you have to confront it. And sometimes that confrontation means making other people who are not comfortable with confrontation feeling uncomfortable. That's making you uncomfortable. But even with that, sometimes it's in your head, because sometimes when you say something, people just receive it and they're like, oh, okay, cool. But then you'll get some people that are like, I don't like the way you said that. And it's like, there's no other way to say it, you know. I am not a fan of sugarcoating stuff. Sugarcoating stuff and putting cherries on the top has put my business under before, financially and emotionally. So I have learned from that. And so as a business owner, I don't sugarcoat when I deal with anybody. I say exactly what I mean, exactly how I mean it. We get through business, and then we can be buddy and talk about sprinkles and butterflies. But when it comes to business, I think it needs to be a lot of over communication and a lot of eye contact, a lot of straightforwardness, so that there are no small cracks where information can fall through, or someone can get a misunderstanding, or your words could be taken out of context. And I think that these things need to be verbal. People like to text and email a lot nowadays, but sometimes you really just need to sit and have eye contact with people so that there isn't any, the context of the conversation does not get lost, you know? So be encouraged, business owners, booth renters, commissioned people, hairstylists, beauty industry people, anybody else that is in business. I can only speak on the beauty industry because that is, my focus right now. But business is business. It goes across the board, especially when it comes to human relations and dealing with people and stuff like that. So be encouraged. It does get easier as you develop your business skin. Have a great day, guys.